Our region electrified the world with alternating current more than a century ago, so it's fitting that we're on the cutting edge today as well, creating lighting solutions that are much more energy efficient. It's a key technology that's helping to make buildings greener and stretching our energy resources as well. David Mcanally is CEO of Appalachian Lighting Systems. Mike Schiller is Executive Director of the Green Building Alliance. And welcome. Good to see both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, well, I gotta start, I guess, with our case study here in a new lighting technology. What exactly does Appalachian Lighting do?
Appalachian Lighting Systems is a American manufacturer of what we call solid-state lighting. It's LEDs, but we take LEDs, and they've been around for probably over 40 years, but it's only been in the last 5 years that they've reached the point where they can truly compete with other forms of commercial lighting. So we take that LED and we package it into an integrated device that truly is revolutionary in terms of what it will offer in savings to businesses and consumers around the country.
And you're doing the final assembly on these right here in our region, right?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're very proud of the fact that we are an American manufacturer. The components primarily either come from locally in this region or other parts of the country. Our content in our lights is about 98% American, and we think that's very important because we think that this industry is going to truly explode, and that for companies like ourselves, it's going to offer tremendous employment opportunity for people in this region.
You know, our region did pretty well by the original electrification of America. If we could repeat that track record, it would be pretty good for all of us. You know, the Green Building Alliance has really pioneered all of this. It was one of the earliest leaders in this space back in the 90s before any of us knew what green was. I would take it this kind of story is the kind of thing that you're encouraging, but is happening around us.
Totally, Bill, right? We see the whole green products realm as being something that's huge for all of Pennsylvania. So we've been working for the last 4 or 5 years with the assistance of Philadelphia University and the Department of Community and Economic Development to support the whole green product revolution in the region. So both supporting the green product manufacturers, developing some grants. Appalachian Lighting is actually a recent recipient of a $100,000 grant to assist them with their technology. But we really see not just promoting green buildings, but all of the products that go into a green building as a huge opportunity for revenue, job growth for the whole region.
A lot of benefits to building the green buildings, but even more from an economic standpoint if we could make all the parts that are required to do
And those go across the country and the world.
Yeah, well, why don't you explain? I know you brought samples here, so why don't we do a little show and tell and let people know what we're talking about?
Well, just as an example, this is a 65-watt bulb. There's tens of millions of them installed around the country. This is a 100-year-old technology.
Good old-fashioned incandescent.
Good old-fashioned incandescent, but it throws off a lot of heat and it's incredibly inefficient. It's like driving a car and getting 4 miles per gallon. What we have developed is a light that will replace this light. It produces no heat and it only draws 6 watts. So it produces the same amount of light output as this, but using only 1/10 the electricity. And it's also designed to last for well over 50,000 hours. So it allows the consumer to install this light and forget about it. And the idea is to build a light that can last a generation.
Wow, and you take the heat out, then you're not cranking the air conditioning or whatever. You're dealing with other building issues as well. That's what it's all about, the whole systems approach to making this work.
Yeah, there's a well-known statistic, right, that, I mean, 40% of all the energy in the country is used by buildings. 30% of that is wasted. And that doesn't count the kind of heat that, that David's talking about here. But it's a huge opportunity for savings and efficiency.
Now, do you think you can get the bulbs to the same shape of the bulbs we're all used to using?
They'll be close to the same shape, but even that shape was required just because they were trying to throw inefficient light as many different directions as they could. But through using various diffusers, the bulbs will have a general similar shape, but they'll be able to get the job done without having to look exactly like current bulb technology.
Now, are there other stories like this around the region? Are we seeing more of these building products companies coming up with solutions like this?
I think there's a whole bunch of success stories. So another great example is Star Technologies, just up in RIDC Park. and they've come up with a new geothermal ground source heating system, right, which is amazingly more efficient than anything that's been out there. They're another one of our recent grant recipients, but they're developing some new technology that really has application for all types of buildings across the world, and it's going to be huge when they put this together.
Well, pretty amazing. Well, I would take it, you think about the amount of light bulbs there are across the country, there has to be a lot of upside. Think it's going to lead over time to job growth here in our region and growth of your company?
Absolutely. We're proud of the fact of the heritage of this region and the technology that was invented here, and we believe that and just as a quick example, I mean, in this region already, we've worked closely with other institutions like Pittsburgh International Airport to convert part of the airport at this point. CCAC has converted all of their campuses. Allegheny Jail has relit all of its indoor areas with our lighting, and in all those cases we're saving them over 80%. So the numbers are compelling, and when I believe the consumer becomes entirely comfortable that in fact what we say we can do, we actually do, and that is we truly create a light that's going to last for many, many years. The investment is simple to make because the payback is tremendous. And so as a country, well over 100 million street lights, 100 million parking lot lights. I mean, to be able to convert these, the job creation, the energy savings, it is tremendous, and we believe that this region will benefit from that.
And I remember back in the 90s when the GVA came along, it seemed like a do-gooder sort of a thing. We're going to do it because we're going to hug trees together. The business case has become more and more compelling. Yes,
and not just the business case, but actually when you talk to a lot of our members and everything, they say that this is not just a good business, but it's best practice. It's in the building world, green is best practice. So, and it often saves us money too, so it's almost no reason not to do it.
Think about how much we spend for energy. We don't have to spend that money on energy. We can save that. We can help the environment. This country can become more energy independent by converting to these types of technologies and working in alliance with Green Building Alliance, working with the colleges and universities. We really can make a big difference in this country, I believe.
All right, the company's called Appalachian Lighting, one to watch. Green Building Alliance setting the standard now for almost 20 years. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in a minute with a little dollars and cents. Stay with us.